In an era saturated with information, discerning truth from fabrication has become paramount. Few narratives have sparked as much global contention and misunderstanding as the claim of white genocide in South Africa. This segment aims to meticulously dissect this complex issue, providing an objective, fact-based analysis for political analysts and South Africa enthusiasts alike. The assertion of a white genocide in South Africa gained significant international traction, particularly through high-profile political endorsements. This narrative posited a systematic extermination of white farmers, often accompanied by graphic, unverified imagery. The emotional resonance of such claims quickly propelled them into mainstream discourse, demanding a closer examination of their veracity. The origins of this specific narrative can be traced to certain fringe groups and right-wing media outlets, which amplified isolated incidents into a broader genocidal pattern. Their objective was often to evoke international sympathy and intervention, framing the situation as an existential crisis for a minority group. This approach, however, frequently overlooked the multifaceted realities of crime and socio-economic challenges within South Africa. A pivotal moment in this narrative's global propagation occurred when former U.S. President Donald Trump publicly addressed the issue. His statements, often citing unverified reports, brought the white genocide claim to the forefront of international diplomacy. This intervention significantly elevated the issue from a niche concern to a subject of bilateral discussion between two sovereign nations. During a meeting with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, Trump reportedly presented a video purporting to show mass graves of white farmers. This footage, later debunked by investigative journalists, was revealed to be from an old symbolic protest site, not an actual burial ground. The rapid dissemination of this misinformation, despite its swift refutation, underscored the power of sensationalism in shaping public perception. The immediate aftermath saw a flurry of diplomatic activity and media scrutiny. South African officials, including President Ramaphosa, vehemently denied the genocide claims, emphasizing that the country was grappling with high levels of violent crime affecting all communities, not a targeted ethnic cleansing. This diplomatic exchange highlighted the potential for misinformed narratives to strain international relations and misrepresent a nation's internal affairs. Amidst the escalating international debate, Pastor Mark Burns, a prominent evangelical figure and staunch supporter of former President Trump, undertook a self-initiated fact-finding mission to South Africa. His stated objective was to ascertain the truth on the ground, independent of media sensationalism or political rhetoric. This visit was widely anticipated, given his close ties to the U.S. administration that had amplified the white genocide narrative. During his extensive tour, Pastor Burns engaged with a diverse cross-section of South African society. He met with white farmers, business owners, community leaders from various racial backgrounds, and even former figures from the apartheid era. This broad engagement allowed him to gather first-hand accounts and perspectives, moving beyond the often reductive narratives presented in international media. Upon concluding his visit, Pastor Burns publicly declared that he found no evidence of a white genocide in South Africa. His findings directly contradicted the claims made by his political ally, President Trump, and many right-wing media outlets. This unexpected pronouncement from a figure aligned with the narrative's proponents added a significant layer of credibility to the counter-argument, forcing a re-evaluation of the prevailing discourse. To understand the reality of farm attacks in South Africa, it is crucial to differentiate between criminal activity and genocidal intent. While farm attacks are a serious concern, characterized by their often brutal nature, available data consistently indicates that they are primarily criminal acts. These incidents are driven by motives such as robbery, extortion, and land disputes, rather than systematic ethnic cleansing. Statistical analysis reveals that victims of farm attacks include individuals from all racial groups, though white farmers, due to their historical land ownership patterns and often isolated locations, may be disproportionately affected in certain categories of crime. However, the notion that these attacks constitute a targeted campaign against white people, akin to genocide, is not supported by empirical evidence. For instance, in early 2025, official police statistics indicated that only a fraction of farm-related killings involved white victims, underscoring the broader, indiscriminate nature of violent crime. South Africa's pervasive challenge with violent crime is deeply rooted in its socio-economic landscape. High unemployment rates, particularly among the youth, and widespread poverty create fertile ground for criminal activity across all communities. The legacy of apartheid, which entrenched vast inequalities, continues to contribute to social instability and a high crime rate. Limited resources for rural policing further exacerbate the vulnerability of remote farming communities, regardless of the racial identity of the inhabitants. President Cyril Ramaphosa's response to the white genocide claims was multifaceted, combining firm denials with a pragmatic approach to international cooperation. He consistently reiterated that South Africa was dealing with a pervasive issue of criminality, not a targeted ethnic cleansing. His administration sought to reframe the narrative, emphasizing the need for collaborative solutions rather than alarmist rhetoric. Ramaphosa actively engaged with international partners, including the United States, to foster a deeper understanding of South Africa's complex challenges. He advocated for enhanced cooperation in areas such as intelligence sharing, law enforcement technology, and economic investment. His argument was that genuine partnership, focused on addressing the root causes of crime and inequality, would be far more beneficial than isolation or the propagation of divisive narratives. The South African government also highlighted its ongoing efforts to combat crime through various initiatives, including specialized police units and community-based safety programs. Ramaphosa's administration sought to convey a message of transparency and commitment to addressing the safety concerns of all citizens, while firmly rejecting the mischaracterization of the country's internal dynamics. This strategic response aimed to protect South Africa's international reputation and ensure continued foreign investment and diplomatic engagement. Paradoxically, the white genocide narrative, intended to sow division and fear, appears to have had an unexpected unifying effect within South Africa. Many citizens, both black and white, expressed dismay at the misrepresentation of their country on the global stage. This shared sense of indignation fostered a renewed commitment to national unity and a collective rejection of externally imposed divisive labels. Pastor Burns observed this phenomenon firsthand, noting a palpable sense of solidarity among South Africans who felt their nation was being unfairly maligned. This moment became a critical juncture for many to actively challenge imported fear and strengthen internal cohesion. It spurred conversations about the importance of national identity over racial divisions, particularly in the face of external pressures. The controversy also reignited discussions around critical domestic policies, such as Black Economic Empowerment, BEE. While BEE aims to redress historical economic imbalances, its implementation has faced scrutiny. The white genocide narrative, by drawing attention to perceived grievances, inadvertently opened avenues for more nuanced discussions about reforming BEE to ensure broader, more equitable benefits across all segments of society rather than just a select few. This dialogue reflects a maturing democracy grappling with its past and striving for a more inclusive future. Across South Africa, a chorus of diverse voices has emerged, united in their desire to reclaim the national narrative. White farmers, while acknowledging the very real threat of crime, have largely distanced themselves from the genocide label, emphasizing that their struggles are part of a broader societal problem. They advocate for improved security for all rural communities, rather than a racially exclusive focus. Black activists and community leaders have consistently called for a unified approach to combating crime and inequality. Their message is clear: safety and economic opportunity must be extended to every citizen, irrespective of race. They emphasize that the challenges facing South Africa are systemic, requiring comprehensive solutions that benefit everyone, not just one group. Youth leaders, particularly, have been vocal in their rejection of external narratives that seek to define South Africa's identity. They advocate for a future built on reconciliation, shared prosperity, and a nuanced understanding of their nation's complex history. Their desire is for the world to see South Africa not through the lens of sensationalized headlines, but as a vibrant, evolving democracy grappling with its post-apartheid legacy. Many now express a desire for international figures, including former President Trump, to visit South Africa in person. This invitation is not merely to witness the nation's challenges, but also to experience its resilience, progress, and the profound spirit of its people. South Africa, like any nation in transition, faces formidable challenges. The enduring legacies of apartheid, including profound socio-economic inequalities, land reform complexities, and high crime rates, are undeniable. These issues demand serious attention and sustained effort from both the government and civil society. However, it is crucial to distinguish these genuine struggles from the unfounded and dangerous claim of white genocide. The objective analysis of available data, coupled with first-hand accounts from diverse stakeholders, unequivocally demonstrates that the white genocide narrative is a misrepresentation. It is a sensationalized distortion that not only undermines South Africa's sovereignty, but also detracts from the real, pressing issues that affect all its citizens. The country is not experiencing a targeted ethnic cleansing. It is grappling with the complex aftermath of a deeply divided past and the universal challenges of crime and development. The journey of South Africa is one of ongoing transformation, marked by both progress and setbacks. The resilience of its people, their commitment to democratic principles, and their collective efforts to build a more equitable society are often overlooked in the face of alarmist headlines. As Pastor Mark Burns aptly noted, the initial controversy, however misinformed, did spark a global conversation. Now, it is imperative that the world listens to South Africa's authentic response, grounded in truth and a shared vision for a united future. What are your thoughts on the impact of misinformation on international perceptions of nations like South Africa? Share your insights and analysis in the comments below. If you value objective reporting and a nuanced understanding of global affairs, please like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses and fact-based discussions on critical geopolitical issues. And until next time, my friends, stay safe and informed.